Hi everyone, I'm Sifa Silvia with ID number 2112 or 21068. I'm from 4C and I'm a student at Ganesha University. In this video, I would like to share about my experience or my progress on my draft article. I have literature review metrics from the 10 articles that I want use on my systematic literature review. First of all is from Ari Astuti Nur Hidayat and Indah Rashida in 2019. And the conclusion of their study is using jokes in teaching pronunciation is highly reliable to improve student pronunciation. Student motivation to learn pronunciation increased by using joke as a media for learning. And the next is the conclusion from the study that conducted by Anggun Hervi Harmania and Berlinda Mandasari in 2021. So the conclusion is about jokes. Jokes application helps students get better pronunciation and get new vocabulary from the lyrics. So in jokes that are lyrics features for the song, and students enjoy learning pronunciation and vocabulary using English song on jokes. And the third study conducted by Rizky Dwi Putra Ananda, Saifu, and Arif Muhsin in 2021. The conclusion is Netflix as a media increased student achievement in learning comprehension, and using jokes as a media as a learning media also increased student achievement in learning comprehension. Student achievement in listening comprehension using Netflix more than using jokes because Netflix provide visual or video whereas jokes only audio. So this is the study talk about the comparison between Netflix and jokes. And the next study, the previous study conducted by Ivania Mayalisa, Dias Andris Susanto, and M. Wahyu Widianto in 2023. So the conclusion is use traditional learning has not be able to improve student speaking skill and motivate students to learn. Use English song on Spotify be able to improve student speaking skill and motivate students to learn English. And the next is study conducted by Echa Afrijuninda and Lulut Octaviani in 2021. And the conclusion is listening English song on digital audio platform helps students to improve student listening ability and good and correct pronunciation and increase new vocabulary. And the next is previous study conducted by Putri Anjani and Nazriani Lubis in 2022. The conclusion is from 3 participants, 1 English student paid attention about the pronunciation theory such as vowel, intonation, stress, and etc. And 2 non-English students only paid attention with vocabulary, lyrics, feature, and the meaning of word while using Spotify to improve student pronunciation. And the next previous study conducted by April L. Butar and Caroline V. Katemba in 2023. The conclusion is 97 EFL students show positive perspective, attitude, and personal feeling on use Spotify to vocabulary learning, although students felt inability to judge the words when singers sing. However, Spotify has lyric feature. And the next is previous study conducted by Waode Hamsia and Roifa in 2023. The conclusion is 85% of students gave positive comments on using Spotify as an interactive media for learning listening comprehension. And the next study conclusion is Georgina's podcast on Spotify on the subject of asking and giving direction positively improves student listening skill. Almost students give positive response to the implementation of Georgina's podcast. It depends on teacher ability to use Georgina podcast as a media and find the appropriate article. The materials And the study conducted by Vidya Salsabila, Leni Irianti, Lutfia Yatun, Toibah in 2021. So the last previous study that I have literature review is was conducted by Zakia Farhana Pratiwi in 2022, and the conclusion is using the jokes application can help the teacher to teach listening skill and help students to extend their vocabulary. Moreover, it also has negative impact, and teachers should be wise in using joke as a media. So this is one of 10 articles that provide the negative impact from using jokes as a media or alternative media for learning English or improve student ability. So that's all about the literature review metrics. And the next we're gonna talk about my article draft or my progress on my article on introduction part. My topic is the use of English song on the digital audio application on student abilities in EFL. First of all, I provide the general information to the specific information. So, in the first paragraph, I provide about the technology, and one of involving evidence technology is artificial intelligence, and continue by example of artificial intelligence that is such as chatbots, LMS, and etc. And I provide to digital audio application as one of artificial intelligence that can use as a interactive media for student learning vocabulary and improve pronunciation. Yeah. So the example of digital audio application that are Spotify, Joox, Deezer, Apple Music, YouTube Music, and etc. And continue by the most popular music streaming application or digital audio application. And the second paragraph, I talk about the student abilities that are vocabulary, mastery, and also the pronunciation. And the third paragraph, I talk about teaching vocabulary and pronunciation using interactive media or an alternative media that is English song on digital audio application. And the fourth still about that using of digital audio application as an interactive media to improve student abilities. And the next paragraph, I talk about the several previous study and the gap, and also my my purpose of this article. So the purpose of this article, yeah. And the last paragraph in introduction, um, I talk about my interested in the impact of using English songs on the on digital audio application on student abilities in EFL context, and also provide my research question in this paper is about what is the impact of using English song on digital audio application on student abilities in EFL context. So yeah, this is the inclusion criteria and also exclusion criteria that I applied to selecting article that I use in this paper. So the inclusion criteria is the first is use digital audio application in English learning. The second is digital audio for improved student abilities in the FL context. And the third is the article should publish in the year 2019 until 2023. So the fourth inclusion criteria is English, the article use English language. And the last inclusion criteria is the subject of article or previous study is Indonesian students. And the exclusion criteria is not using digital audio application in English learning, digital audio for improved student ability not in the EFL context, and the article not published in the year 2019 until 2023, and the article maybe use the other language such as I found Spanish, Chinese, and also Indonesia. So uh, the subject in exclusion criteria is not Indonesian student. So I found several articles that focuses on Vietnam students as a subject on the article. So that's all about my introduction and also the literature review metrics on my draft article. And yeah, thank you so much for your attention. See you on the next project and have a good day.